Mankind, the greatest WWE hardcore man.
Yeah, I heard I got Bully Ray next week, but I don't believe it. See, I don't even have a match tonight, but I'm still working out because I have nothing else to do. What am I going to do? That's what I do. What am I going to do? Play the guitar?
What kind of beer do you like? Heineken? Fuck that shit! Pabst Blue Ribbon!
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
I thought that was a fitting intro. Welcome, everybody, to the Pin Down Raw recap for February 10th, 2025. If you didn't know what today was, hopefully you fucking do, because at least for me, you only got an hour and a half left. So what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Come on, Mr. T. What are you doing? You fuck up.
I'm gooning. That's what I'm doing.
You're fucking useless.
Yeah.
Shit. I feel
God damn. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either. That was just hate. It was just visceral hate that came out of nowhere.
What else is new? Chris Toker.
Chris Toker. That's a white man's name.
I was going to call you Toker Grace there for a second. I wasn't ready.
Oh no. Hey, before we get to the chat, boys, this Raw. This was a good Raw, and it
was good.
By the way,
good matches too.
It felt like we only watched it for like an hour.
It felt like an hour and a half show.
By.
It felt like an hour and a half show. It didn't feel 2.5 hours. Actually, I think it ended before 2.5. It ended like 7:28 my time.
Yeah.
It wasn't even.
Yeah. It was like 2 minutes before. By the way, crazy ending. Okay. We'll just say this right now. New Day fucking beats up Rey Mysterio with like 3 seconds left of the show. Like legit. They come in
really quick,
beat them up, show goes off the air. And it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Like old Raw back in the day. That used to happen. There was like a couple second beat down and then it goes to black.
And it's like, oh shit, I gotta wait till next week to find out more, hopefully. I hope they don't just put it all on social media. But it will be. We know we will. This is how it is. Mr. T, what did you think of Raw overall this week?
I like the piggyback what you and Trey were just saying. I felt the show had a nice flow to it. It wasn't like, oh, I can't wait for this to be over. Honestly, I thought we're just like I thought we're like literally we just like watched it for like the first hour. It's like, oh wow. I mean, we're almost done. It's like, wow, all right, cool. So
yeah. Agreed. Well, hey, let's see who's in chat, and then we'll get right the fuck into it. Minecraft Vampire Mazza is here. For real, Jono is coming to collect Cream's foreskin. All right, well.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Wow. Pride Month came early.
Was he gonna fucking gnaw it off? How's he gonna get it? Jack of all casuals, like a fucking rat chewing out a cord. What is he gonna do? Jack of all casuals. I swear, if Paul goes to the chamber, well,
about that.
Jack. So about that, we'll get to that at the end of the show. I need some Pat's Blue Ribbon. Yeah, I think so. Mazza, he's lurking. He's a fucking freak, by the way. Sex freak. That's what they call him. I did like that opening beat up.
Yeah.
Hey, and we'll get to that right now. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
So we start off the show with Mr. Jey Uso, Mr. fucking I won the Royal Rumble.
Just me.
And it's just me, Oos, day one-ish. Just me, Oos, day one-ish. Just me. Trey, could you please give us the yeet motion, please? Just me, Oos, day one-ish.
It's just me, Oos.
Just me, Oos, day one-ish. So anyways, we get like 4 minutes of that. And
it was almost 5 minutes almost. It was a while.
Jey Uso goes to cut a promo and then just doesn't say any words and then starts dancing again on the table. When out of nowhere, your boy Gunther comes in, beats the fucking shit out of him.
Kicks his fucking ass, dude. Yeah. The one shot, I felt that.
He beats him out of the fucking ring into the ring, and then walks away. And then Jey Uso's like, "Okay, I'll fight you at Mania." And then Gunther comes back and starts fighting with him again.
Which
like,
our
okay.
reaction was like, no shit. We everybody already was saying it's gonna be Jay versus Gunther. Which what I want is Gunther to retain, but it's not gonna happen. They want to give Jay that fairy tale ending because I have a feeling they're gonna probably let Jimmy win the United States title, and they're gonna have a moment where they both have titles. I think that's gonna be the ending to Mania.
Yeah, and then they're gonna do a shitty match again, like at Mania last year.
Yeah.
That match was fucking bad.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, we knew this was happening. They kind of already announced this, so
yeah,
he's going after.
Did he say it at the Rumble? I think he said it during the press conference.
Rumble press conference, yeah, which I don't think he was supposed to say, but
we knew it. We knew it. They're not going to have him face Cody. There's no story there with Cody.
And also, none of that stuff should be announced on the press conference. It should be on the show. Yeah, you shouldn't be like, well, I'm actually going to be fighting Gunther. It's like, most people aren't watching that. Mm-hmm. Like we all fucking diehards, and I don't even think any of us watched it really.
No, we don't watch. I don't watch the press conferences at all.
I watched the Tony Khan ones to see if he's coked out of his mind.
Yeah, but that's because we roast those. So that's
just because I like watching someone's life go down the fucking shitter. All right, coming up next is what was after that? We had a backstage segment. Rhea Ripley saying, she's basically shitting on Charlotte Flair, being like, "Come on, announce already, just do it." And then Io Sky comes out with Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai back from injury, by the way. And Io Sky is basically saying, "I want to fight you at WrestleMania." So we're getting Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, obviously. Yeah. And then we see Damage Control, aka Io Sky and Dakota Kai, in a tag match versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This match was really fucking good.
It was surprisingly good. I was.
Yeah. The audience did not give a shit about this match, and by the end, they actually cared.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest you could hear fucking silence in the arena when they were coming out, right? And that was Liv. That was Liv and Raquel. We're not even talking about Damage Control because
Damage Control didn't even get an entrance. They were just already in the ring.
So then you have them put on a match which was really, really good. Like it was just a really good, decent TV tag match. And this was, we were talking about this before when we were watching. I think they have to start putting on, these types of tag matches in order to fix this women's tag division. It's totally fucked.
Yeah. Agreed that they would need to do that, and but I think Io really helps because if you remember last year, her and Bianca had like a great TV match. Like you got to do stuff. I guess I have to say you got to put Io out there a lot. Put her against what are the other women's tag teams? Fuck.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, there's not a lot. I guess Zoe and fucking Shayna, which I guess I'm fine with them now because they're not PFC anymore since Sonya's gone. So
yeah, they're KFC now.
I'm on the camp. They should bring back the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Honestly,
great.
Right now, yeah. I found them
annoying. Are they under contract
but
anywhere else?
No, they wrestled in TNA a couple years ago. They both left. They both got respectfully pregnant separately. they
shout out
semi-retired, I think, but I think they're still doing cons, but I think they said that they'd be willing to come back. It just depends who wants to shell out the money. So
I mean,
might be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I found them annoying, but they're kind of needed.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of Trey's being mugged by Mexicans right now. There was a lot of fucking
Loud ass plane.
Yeah. Oh, be careful, it doesn't fucking crash. God
Yeah.
damn, fucking. This is the last time you'll ever see Trey. He's about to die. Off screen, obviously. It's behind a
Yeah.
paywall. We're
It's
paywall.
behind a paywall. We're gonna paywall the fuck out of
We're
this.
gonna remake.
Yeah,
We're gonna remake Airplane with Trey.
but it's gonna end in a tragedy. It's gonna be more like that Sully film, but he isn't able to land the plane.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to land it at all.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Here's the thing: if they get more shit like this going on and more tag teams that people actually care about,
Yeah.
because even NXT, the tag division is the weakest part of the women's division.
Yeah, outside of Lash and is it Chikara? The other one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I guess Shotzi's group, right? I think those are like the only two tag teams I can think of right now.
Yeah.
yeah. So if they can find a way to like boost this division up, it's gonna. I think you can make a case for it actually still staying, but you do need enough tag teams. And obviously, not every division's ever going to be fully fleshed out. No promotion has ever done that. I mean, remember the Attitude Era? Guess what wasn't fully fleshed out? Cruiserweights.
2000 was probably the closest when every division was perfect. I would say 2000 as an
Because they also got rid of one of their divisions. And that's what helped was the fact that I think it's a big enough company that you can have a bunch of belts, but you have to have interesting things going on around said belts, right? The women's tag titles, you can't just keep it on two women and then trade which one is part of the tag. They didn't even have Bianca Belair have to fight for it with Naomi. Just Naomi the tag champion with her. That was such a fucking slap in the face.
They should have made it vacated at that point, and then they just win it.
Yeah, or like demand that, okay, tonight on SmackDown, you guys have to defend the tag titles in a gauntlet match or something, right?
Yeah.
Something that makes sense, where you don't have to necessarily strip the title, but you get a title match that night just with those two tags. So then it's like, okay, now she is one of the tag champions. But honestly, I think Raquel and Liv need to have those tag titles.
They need those, yeah.
It makes sense.
Oh, if Liv wasn't in the chamber, I would have him win at that chamber.
Yeah,
but
probably Mania.
Mania is probably because they already, I think, hinted.
Well,
that
they're doing a show in Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania, right?
Are they?
I don't believe so. No,
I thought the next Saudi Arabia show would be King of the Ring, but that's like
they're not going to have.
Okay.
So I'll bring it up, but they're not gonna. We were looking at events earlier. They're not gonna have enough time because remember they're doing a Euro tour.
Yeah, Euro tour in
you know what? I probably could see them winning. I could probably see Liv and Raquel win the tag titles over there in Europe. I can probably see them winning in Milan. I think that's
like right before Mania, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I would do it. I would just have them win it on a Raw.
Maybe like history, like they're the first ever women ever to win the women's tag titles overseas. So like won in Italy. So I think that could be a thing too.
If they didn't fuck up and draft Alexa Bliss to SmackDown, I would have said the Liv match could have been her and Liv. But I guess the tag titles are the next best thing.
But hey, also by the way, before we say who wins the match, Liv got a little bit cut up there on her face.
She got
like underneath her eyebrow there.
Yeah,
she got some.
So I think it was the spot where Raquel was just swinging around and having her go head first towards Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I think that's where it happened. But
that's the one point in the match I just like that made no sense to me. But
no,
it was a really bad spot, and it probably was the reason why she got a little injured there. Nothing too crazy, but. It is what it is, but Damage Control get the win. That's right. Dakota Kai actually she got cheered. She finally got cheered. Good.
She got a reaction. Yeah, she actually got a reaction. Now we just gotta wait for Mia Yim or Michin to get a reaction. We'll probably be waiting a while.
And you know what though? The first bit of the show was all the women because we cut to the crowd where Roxanne Perez is standing there. Obviously, she has a match against Bayley Saturday. at Vengeance Day, which I assume we're probably going to watch after the show, but that's neither here nor there.
Pay-per-view starts at 6 o'clock, so it goes live as soon as we go live. So
Shit.
yeah,
Maybe we'll talk this over. We may have an early start for the Pin Down podcast on Saturday then.
Or a special
So
review.
anyways,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So then next we have a women's elimination chamber qualifying match. It's Bayley versus the Intercontinental Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Right now, obviously Bayley is going to be facing Roxanne Perez this weekend on NXT Vengeance Day. So obviously, you would think something would happen, right?
Yeah.
But I don't. There was literally no interference. There's no interference.
And I'm gonna say it. I think the wrong person won. And can I go on a little Bayley rant?
Mm-hmm.
I like Bayley, but the last, I don't know, I would say since January or December, she is shoved down our throats every fucking week now. She's on multiple shows now. She's going to be tonight on Raw. She's probably going to be on NXT tomorrow, and then she's going to be on NXT on Saturday.
And she'll be on oh, wait, no, she's going to be at the NBA All-Star game.
Oh, NBA All-Star game. It's and it'd be different if, remember when Roman, when he was the tribal chief, he was everywhere, but he was part of a good story, so we were fine with it. Unfortunately, with her, it's not the case. We don't have a great story. She hasn't really had a good story since the EO feud last year at Mania, if you ask me. She's just, I think she's overexposed, but it's not even worth it.
The only story she's been involved with, besides this thing with Roxanne Perez, was she was a side character in the Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton friendship turned enemy, cashing in type of thing. She was just a set piece at the very beginning of it, and that was it. She was
there for Nia to get the title. That was it. It was just so Nia.
To be honest, she was no more important to that storyline than Candice LeRae was.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, maybe a little less important.
Bayley was there, literally just so Nia could get the belt, and that could start the dissension between her and Tiffany. That was it.
Yeah, I think Bayley needs to go off of TV for a while before she
at
gets
least a month. At least
before she gets the go home heat. We don't want to fucking see you anymore. Get the fuck out of here. So the winner of that match was Lyra Valkyria, so she is going on to the Elimination Chamber. Why is your women's Intercontinental Champion fighting for the Women's World Championship? I would say save her for a storyline. I don't know.
They're somewhat setting up one, but it's a tiny fucking Nile.
Well, if we can, let's talk about the crowd for just a second. The crowd was dead for this match. They did not care at all. They
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they did not give a fuck, dude.
This is a problem with the women's division right now.
Yeah,
they don't care about the lower
outside
cards.
of Rhea or Bianca. Honestly, they don't really care. Or Charlotte,
even Liv.
Yeah, those are the only women that get a reaction. Naomi, I guess she kind of gets a reaction sometimes, but
shouldn't.
I just think it's because of her lights. Honestly, if she showed up with a fucking butt plug with lights, I think she'd be cheered too. So,
but Rhea, Bianca,
I think that would be concerning.
Let's be real. When Becky comes back, she'll get a reaction. So whenever Becky comes back,
of course.
But right now, it's just Rhea, Bianca, and Charlotte. They're the only ones to get a reaction. And Io. I'll throw Io in there. She gets a reaction.
But anyways, we then get backstage. Ivy Niles there and kind of confronts Lyra, and so they're setting that up as a feud. Okay. Cool, whatever. I think the whole thing is Chad Gable is trying to force the entire his entire faction to go win titles, right?
Yeah.
We'll get a title match featuring the Creed brothers for the tag titles tonight, but that's later on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We get AJ Styles who comes out and just kind of says, "Hey, I've been injured, but I'm back. I got a long list of things to do. I'm still phenomenal." And then out comes not Rey Mysterio. That's Dominic's new name, by the way. He's not Rey Mysterio.
Dominic Guerrero. That's what I'm calling
Yeah.
him.
Booyaka Booyaka. It's Dominic Mysterio and Carlito, or as he calls him later on in the show, Carly.
Yeah, they're calling him Carly now. What the fuck? That threw me off the first time.
That was just Dom calling him Car. I hope that's a one-off because that's fucking hilarious. Carlito is Carly.
You know what popped in my head when he said Carly? Is iCarly. That's what
Yes, same.
It's not cool. That's not cool at all, dude. That is not cool. That is not cool.
Dean Schneider's gonna be his manager.
So yeah, basically, Dominic and Carlito come out. People fucking hate Dominic, or I don't know if they hate him. They love to boo him though.
They love it's the love to boo him. Yeah.
And he just yeah, they both get their ass kicked by AJ Styles.
Yeah, they just get both beat up.
He just fucking beats the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And this will definitely come up later on.
Yeah.
After that, we get sent over to Jackie Redmond, who is in the, what do they call it? They're calling it the Okerlund position now, aren't they? Basically, she's in the interview position in the crowd, and she's there talking to Seth Rollins, who then has Finn Balor show up.
Yeah. Seth even had his own little intro. He even did they played his music and everything, and I think he just talked about
it was weird. I didn't like that part.
Yeah, you don't need.
I think you just have him walk. I would just have him walk up and do stuff,
Yeah.
Oh, MJF wishes he had Dom. I think everyone wishes they had Dom's heat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. He's the most hated person in wrestling.
I think the only one close to his heat is probably Don Callis, honestly, because people love to hate.
Well,
Don,
yeah, but people just don't like Don Callis.
If we're talking about right now, it's probably New Day. Maybe.
Yeah, New Day, Jericho, but people just really want Jericho.
Jericho, that's go away heat. Yeah, that's go away.
I mean, they're chanting for him to retire.
Yeah,
people legit hate Jericho. And the AEW fans legit hate Jericho. That fucking tells you something. Holy shit. That's bad. What did you think of this this little interaction between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins? Because I believe next week we see them in a qualifying match for Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah, for the Chamber, yeah.
Yeah, I almost saw for a second. I was like, that didn't happen tonight. We have a different one qualifying match later on. Yeah. What did you think about that, Mr. T, aka the Goon Smith, aka fucking? You know what? That's it. I'm giving this one to Mr. T.
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
I didn't have a problem with it. I liked it. Besides Seth's cold, it was that was kind of okay.
It was noticeable.
Yeah. I don't think the promo was that bad. I think the match was pretty good. They have pretty good chemistry together in the ring. So I'll be interested in seeing what happens. We all know Seth's going over in the match. I think Dom or Carlito or someone would try to interfere next week. But besides that, I do think it's gonna be a good match.
I think they're going to try to interfere and they're going to fuck it up, and
that's how you lose.
The reason, and I think it's going to start leading. I think we might get Finn versus Dom at Mania. And why I say that is thinking. The next thing we get after that, after a bit is I believe. Is this? Yeah, this is a section then where we get backstage. We get the Judgment Day's little clubhouse. They're still playing WWE 2K24, by the way. They haven't switched over. No one got a free copy, sadly. And it seems kind of like everyone in the Judgment Day is like, hey, we need to add new people to the Judgment Day. And Finn Balor is like, no, I'm the only one who gets to choose who's in this and who's not. And
Honestly,
I was like, okay, they're gonna kick him out. They're kicking him out.
honestly, I'm fine with it. They break up Judgment Day. I think it's ran its course. I really don't think it's.
I don't think they're breaking it up. I think
They're not gonna break it up.
Finn. Yeah, they're gonna kick out Finn and give it to Dom. That's gonna be Dom's faction.
This is what I think. I told you guys when we were watching it. I think they'll turn on Finn, and I think they're gonna turn Finn back to a babyface. I think that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna turn him back into a babyface.
Well, yeah, you can't really do Dom as a babyface right now.
No. And I'm okay with Finn. Finn Balor's been heel long enough now, I feel like, so.
Yeah, I think so. I'm done with Finn Balor as a heel. I'm really not liking it. Have him bring back the fucking, what do you call it, the demon, right?
The demon.
Yeah.
You can bring back his old theme song.
Yep. Have him fight Dominic at Mania. That would be a good match.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be good. I would love to see that match, and I'd love to see the Judgment Day start to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think it's not a faction you break up like that. I think it's just one that's going to kind of wither away a bit.
Personally, just have it be Dom, Raquel, and Liv. Honestly, I think that's
it'll be there one week, and then it just won't be there.
Yeah,
like they'll move Carlito, and then it'll just be the three amigos, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't
my
wait
God.
for promos for Finn. Just go tell Dom at WrestleMania, I'm gonna beat you 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Just
Yeah, every Finn Balor promo. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I'll beat you 1, 2, 3.
Hey, coming up next, we have a World Tag Team Championship match. The War Raiders, who are your World Tag Team Champions, versus American Made, aka the fucking Creed brothers, aka the big boys. That's why I'm calling them now. They're now the big boys.
The big boys.
Ivy Nile is on the sidelines, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
So
try to forget her.
I thought this match was all right until I hated the finish.
The finish was stupid. I'll just say it. The Creed brothers hit. Was it Ivar?
I think.
Yeah, they hit both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit both of them with the titles. Yeah, they hit them with the titles. Which, if you're gonna do that, only the heel champion should do that to cheat to not have to lose the title. It doesn't make sense for the fucking opponent.
Yeah, they cost themselves a tag. Like they cost themselves the championship by just like picking up the belts and then hitting.
Chad Gable clearly said, "I want you guys to win. When I come back, you guys better have tag team gold." So it's like, why are you wasting the opportunity and getting disqualified right in front of the referee? That made no sense whatsoever. Like,
it made absolutely no sense. They just kept beating them up, and it's like, why?
Yeah. Is it like they want either team to lose? Is that what it was?
Well,
then why have the match?
Then why have the fucking match?
You don't want them to fucking lose. It's a goddamn fucking wrestling show. Someone has to lose.
The thing is, the one positive I will say was it was nice seeing the War Raiders actually interact with the tag team division now. That was good. It's out of the Judgment Day vortex finally. But then you do this stupid ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I agree with you guys. I like the match. The finish made no sense. It was stupid. Like legit. If you're trying to win a championship, you do not cheat.
You just made the Creed brothers look retarded. So Chad better like be going in on them next week or something, because you can't just ignore that and just act like that's fine.
Yeah.
Writing wise, that's stupid.
That was stupid. Afterwards, we get this is Dakota Kai and Io Sky. They're walking out of the arena, by the way. They're getting ready to leave. Rhea Ripley shows up again, and basically they set up a match for 3 weeks from now, the Raw immediately after Elimination Chamber. That's going to be in Buffalo, New York. It is going to be Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. So that's, I guess, something.
Yeah.
Something, but I thought they were going to be doing this at Mania. So it makes
But
me
yeah, that's what I figured. Unless they're gonna really try to like stretch out the Charlotte not picking
unless
anyone.
that rumor is true that they were interested in doing Bianca and Rhea this year. Maybe Bianca wins the Chamber.
I'm telling you guys,
Maybe,
I think
maybe.
that they're going to have a spot open for the Chamber. It's going to be a special return, and I guarantee you, it's going to be Becky Lynch in Toronto. I guarantee it.
You're gonna guarantee. What happens if you're wrong?
But I'm just wrong. Fuck it. I don't care.
No. There has to be.
I'm just wrong.
Something. No. Chat knows this. There has to be something at stake if you're wrong.
Well, let chat decide. Let chat decide. Let them decide what the punishment would be if I'm wrong.
No, chat will basically say you need to cut off your penis.
The only option is if something happens and there's an interference or something with the EO match and they still do it at Mania, but it's weird they're doing this on. I'm hoping it's not a triple threat situation. I'm hoping not.
Yeah, we already have a triple threat match. I don't want to see any more.
Yes. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly, I hope they move away from it. But speaking of triple threat, one of the people who's in that alleged triple threat match, CM Punk, is out here. He is cutting a promo. You know, he's saying this shit. He doesn't like Cena. You know, he don't like no John Cena, and obviously Punk is in the Elimination Chamber match with Cena. And the winner of the final match tonight will also be in said match. So, yeah, this is kind of setting that up. Logan Paul comes out, new music. It fucking sucks.
It sucks. I actually didn't mind his theme he already had. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they were doing. It's dog shit. Logan Paul shits all over Punk. They kind of have a back and forth a bit. And Punk says, I will beat the fuck out of you at the Chamber, but before you get to the Chamber, you actually have to qualify. And then we get Booyaka 619, this time actually Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. The winner gets in the Elimination Chamber match in Toronto in like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. March 1st.
Yeah.
So
March 3 weeks.
1st,
So yeah, this match was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. I mean, it's Rey Mysterio. You're not gonna see a fucking stinker.
They wrestled before for, I think, wasn't Logan beat Rey for that US title, right? If I'm not mistaken. So they fought before.
Yeah, it was in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
It's when Rey almost got paralyzed in that match when he misjudged his
my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
At the Saudi show. That was a bit brutal. That was rough. I forgot, dude. I completely memory held the
It's coming back
last title reign.
I didn't remember
Rey Mysterio. That was wild.
I didn't even remember. Yeah, Rey had the US title. Yeah.
There is Paul interrupting, but yes, sorry, my bad. Both have P's, and I'm extremely illiterate. What's up, Wicked Virtue?
Hey, Wicked.
Wicked, bye. How's it going?
Wicked. Yeah. So we get the match, and I thought the match was pretty decent.
Yeah.
And we get Logan Paul winning, which I think we all kind of knew.
We all expected,
exactly.
I was thinking maybe the New Day would cost him, but I was like, Logan's winning because I think they're trying to make this. They're making this a star-studded chamber. I think.
Yeah.
I kind of like Logan Paul finish too tonight. That hanging like DDT from the shoulder.
Yeah, I like the. I'm okay with that punch becoming like a signature before he does that.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to bring up, another move we saw was oh my god, it was like the Canadian Destroyer backbreaker that Dakota Kai did, and she's done it a couple times, but I've never like really paid too much you see the move and you're like, oh, okay. This time I was like, holy fuck, that
that looked good.
That's actually kind of an all right. I'm not a big fan of the fucking flippy shit, but that was a good move.
I just think she just needs a character for me that I can like her. Really,
True.
That's all I need from her.
True. The match that I will say the match of the night was that. It was the women's tag match. It was really, really good.
Yeah,
I went
it
into
probably
it kind
is,
of being like, this division's weak. I'm probably not going to enjoy this. I'm not going to hate it, but I'm just going to kind of be meh about it. And I really enjoyed it. So kudos to the four of them because that was a really good match. Logan Paul wins. He gets, he walks away. We're getting ready for, the end of the show and like 3 seconds left of the show. Literally, like the show goes right off the air right as it starts happening. Trey's car goes off. Many people, it must have been that plane. It must have been
I know,
plane.
right?
Holy shit. Fucking hell. Man. Isn't it like late at night there? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, why is this car?
We get the New Day who comes in, beats the fuck. It beats the fuck out of Rey Mysterio, and then we're done. We're gone.
Yeah.
That's it. Fade the black.
For a quick beatdown, it looked good. Like, oh, they made this 3-second beatdown look like something.
I haven't checked Twitter or nothing, but I'm pretty sure Punk came back out to make the save. I mean, you would think,
did he?
Right? Like,
I would assume, but
yeah. Low key though, Punk and Logan, that segment was good. I wouldn't hate a match between them, honestly.
There was one point,
and we're gonna see them both in the chamber in 3 weeks, so that'll be interesting.
There was one point in the promo that Paul's like, "There's something I want to call you, but we're on TV." I'm like, technically, you're not on TV. You're on a streaming service, so it's technically you're not on television.
It is very funny that he was the one that fucked that up too.
Yeah,
he was the one who I don't know, just a little bit funny. Man, overall, a really good Raw.
Yeah, pretty
really
good show.
Enjoy this.
Yeah, Raw's been pretty good, consistent the last couple weeks here.
It felt like it was only an hour, and this was a 2.5 hour show.
Yeah, it did not feel
really quick. There wasn't any like real stinkers on the show. I guess the closest was the Jey Uso thing.
The Jey Uso segment, but then Gunther saved it by beating the fuck out of him. So
yeah. And we finally get the announcement that that's the matchup, which we all knew was going to happen, but we finally get it, in writing. So, I mean, hey, this is what we want from fucking Raws. Like this is not even a mid Raw; it's a good Raw.
Netflix is really revived. This whole 2.5 hour thing has been such a blessing in disguise. Like,
if only we can get SmackDown to be like this,
right? Fuck, I know, right?
SmackDown is really tough to watch. Yeah. Not as tough as AEW, but still tough.
It's just 3 hours,
It's rough because it's like it's a Friday night. I want to fucking play something on my PC, but I end up just sitting there watching SmackDown. I'm like, what the fuck is why? Why is this? Why am I stuck watching this 3 hour fucking show, which is usually it's all right.
Yeah.
But when I could Jacob fought too. That's all I watch for at this point.
Yeah, that's about it. Cody promos. He always does a promo at the beginning of the show, and that's yeah. So who's the last two men's chamber spots? Well, there is Finn and Seth who are going up against each other next week.
Yep.
And the other one, I have no clue. It could be a surprise.
It's either going to be a surprise or...
You know what?
It's another big... Oh, go ahead.
We should mention 3 people's contracts are up today. AEW, they're up. They're up already, but so Miro's done.
Miro's
gone. They came to agreement today to part ways. Aleister Black is Malachi Black
officially
unrestricted
contract up,
and our boy Ricky Starks is freed from the prison.
Finally.
He's like Andy from Shawshank Redemption.
Yep, the rain's all it's raining.
Now we were saying this, and usually this. We actually finished up a little bit early today, but so maybe we'll do a little speculation on this. This is this is something we were talking about when we were watching, because we were talking about, oh, this person's up, that person's up. I really do think that Ricky Starks is probably NXT bound. He's ready for WWE. He's not ready for the main roster, especially because AEW held him back by just keeping him off TV for a year, even though he wasn't. This is a year after he was cleared to come back from injury. They just left him off TV.
Yeah.
Aleister Black, Malachi Black, whatever the fuck they're gonna call him. Maybe he goes in the chamber, but then it's like, what do you do with him afterwards?
That's what I was saying after WrestleMania. Raw or SmackDown after Mania is where I was saying.
I think you can give him. I think you can give him the Cody spot. Let him come back at WrestleMania, be a special, like a special attraction match against somebody.
Yeah,
like a Chad
Ooh, that could work. Yeah, just send like a heel out there for him to beat up.
Yeah,
and with Miro, I think Miro
NXT.
Probably NXT. Yeah,
NXT.
I think if he's come back to WWE, maybe TNA. Maybe he goes to TNA for a little bit too.
TNA. I can see him going to TNA, honestly.
Maybe he goes to New Japan.
That would be a little weird, but maybe.
He probably.
I don't see a lot of people, honestly, with the whole deal with AEW now, where they have that like cross promotion thing. Doesn't really make sense for Western guys to go to New Japan. Yeah, I know that's crazy to say, but I just really don't feel like it makes more sense to go to CMLL, to be honest.
Yeah, guess we'll just see what happens.
And
we have someone in the chat. The last spot for the channel.
And Japan is really fucked up right now. All the shit about almost every promotion in Japan except for All Japan are all like teaming up, and what does that actually mean? Japan is in such a weird flux right now that personally makes more sense to go to AAA or CMLL.
And Tanahashi's booking New Japan now, right? He's at the book.
I believe so, and I think that's why he's retiring.
Yeah, I think he took the book over for Gato, right?
Yes, I think it was Gato before. I haven't followed New Japan in a while. It's been a hot minute.
The first time I watched New Japan is when we watched in December. We were watching that pay-per-view or January.
Yeah.
We were watching the
that pay-per-views.
Wrestle Dynasty.
Yeah.
That's the first time I watched New Japan since they're on Access TV, and they've been off Access TV since 2019, I think. So it's been a minute.
Right after. Funny enough, right when they started making their push into the US, that was when they lost their US TV deal, which is fuck. That is so fucked.
Because that's when freaking TNA. That's when Impact bought Access TV.
Yeah. Anthem bought.
Yeah. So
they turned Access TV into basically the American version of what we have up here called the Fight Network.
Yeah.
Which is they're basically the same thing, owned by the same people.
Really.
But that's about it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A good show. I'm very happy at what this show was.
Yeah, that's right.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, there's a chamber match. Sorry, there's a chamber match on SmackDown. It's going to be Priest, Braun, and Jacob in a triple threat for the last spot for the chamber.
So Jacob,
Priest. Jacob.
I think Priest wins it.
Really?
Yeah.
I
think.
You think Solo? Do you think Solo shows up again?
I think Solo's gonna.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Solo and Cody for the title again, which I don't want. But
I don't want that either. But I think Solo's gonna not want Jacob to outshine. I think they're setting up a feud. I think Jacob's at some point is turning on Solo. So I think this could be the start of it. Solo maybe inadvertently cost Jacob the match.
Or you know what could be funny? Just hear me out about this. Since I kept on saying like Becky. I'm not gonna say everyone's gonna have it be a special surprise. But wouldn't it be kind of something though if Jacob did win? He wins the match, he gets the last spot, and The Rock shows up and wins the whole thing, and Jacob gives up his spot and acknowledges The Rock as his tribal chief.
Ooh, I would love that.
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy, but
that'd be pretty funny.
Rock's being a bitch right now, though. So.
I don't want to break the news to Boss Hogg of what happened to Liv Morgan tonight.
Yeah. Yeah,
Boss Hog. She lost.
She lost and she got a cut. Oh,
Yeah, she got a very extremely minor injury.
and you could see the
Boss
cut
Hog.
in the segment with the Judgment Day.
It has not
Ooh.
been a good week for Boss Hog. First, PlayStation Network went down.
Fuck,
Now
man.
freaking Liv gets cut open. It's not going well for you, Boss
Guys,
Hog.
No.
can we get a remember, guys? Just justice for Boss Hog. It's not even
Justice
fair
for
to
Boss
him, man.
Hog.
Snoop
No.
Hogg came back as well this week. His arch rival. It's not good.
Freaking Lamar.
But hey.
Lamar, what's his, Kendrick Lamar said his halftime show was based off the controller for PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
That didn't make any sense. That was fucking weird of him to say that. But wrestling sucks. Yeah, I know she lost. Damn.
Yeah.
Boss Hog
It's like
would have
sucks
said
now,
wrestling's on the up if she won, though. You know he would have.
Yeah.
Hey, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our show. We will be back Wednesday night. 2 nights from now, we'll be back to cover AEW. That is going to be. I'm not excited for that show.
Not excited.
By the way, that's the go home show for Grand Slam.
Yeah.
So,
that
and here's the thing: Grand Slam Grand Slam is happening late at night. And here's the thing too: it is running the same night as
the NBA All-Star Game.
As the NBA All-Star Game, but also the same night as Vengeance.
Yeah,
and not the same
Oh,
time
shit.
slot.
Oh shit!
And their
Okay.
lead in is the NBA All-Star 3-point shooting contest, the dunk. The stuff that people actually like.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if this show fucking does badly, there is absolutely no excuse. You have no competition on in your time slot for wrestling. Your lead-in is the biggest event of that night. That's on television in North America. You have no reason to have that show fail. So that'll be interesting. And the whole surrounding there is so much. Sorry?
I'm sorry. They changed the whole thing now. First they had a time it's going to be like at 10 o'clock at night now, right? Now they're changing and saying as soon as the All-Star game goes off, that's when it starts.
Well, it's not the All-Star game. It's like the 3-point contest and the dunk. But as soon as that coverage goes on, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't even know what time it's going to happen. So we don't want to even know what time it's going to be.
Yeah, we don't know what time it's going to start at all.
Yeah.
Which, bravo, Tony, you fucking idiot, fucking retard.
And by the way, Tony, everyone was saying is it going to be a pay-per-view or not? We have audio of Tony Khan saying Grand Slam Australia is going to be one of our big pay-per-views of the year.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Hence why they were charging people hundreds of dollars more than they usually do.
And they were treating it like a pay-per-view.
The ticket fuck-ups. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I get that the ticket fuck-ups is on Ticketmaster, but if I was in that position, I see the bad press coming, I'm calling them up and saying, can we do anything about this?
Yeah. Well, let's just be
What
real.
can we do?
They thought they were going to be on the same level as WWE. WWE pretty much, I don't think they were a sellout, but it was pretty much a good house last year when they went
apparently the city of Brisbane is also involved in this too. There's a lot of stuff. If you guys know James, James, the guy who hosts all these wrestling podcasts. I forget his last name.
I know you're talking about.
Stevie Richards, Dutch Mantel.
Yeah.
Wrestling shoot interviews.
Yeah.
He had a video and he broke it down. I'm like, this is a rabbit hole. I've been paying attention to it and I didn't even know how fucking deep it was. Like the ratings for AEW in Australia, their peak ratings have never really gone above 20,000 viewers for Dynamite. And the stadium they picked was a 50,000 seat stadium where Maz's favorite fucking rugby team plays.
All the Broncos.
Yeah. A 50,000 20,000 seat arena for a show that at its peak, by the way, that's not even its average. That's just the peak is 20,000 viewers in the entire country.
Wow.
In a country that is extremely spread out, by the way, too.
Yeah. That is crazy.
So that is logistically one of the worst. This may be one of the worst shows ever put on.
Oh, and what about the All-Star fuck up? That whole thing. That too.
Don't get us started on not understanding what your fucking time slot was for your fucking channel.
I
And
almost feel like that's worse than the whole ticket thing, honestly.
Dude, and the fact that TNT came in and basically were like, okay, we'll help you out here. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's bad.
But with that, we will leave that because I'm sure we'll talk about it Wednesday and probably Saturday on the show as well. With that, we are gonna head out. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, Mr. T will be watching you sleep, and he's a creep.
I got it.
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. It's just really stupid.